Hello, recap time. Last bit we've done today. Cool, let's get to it. Remove, open this. Alright, cool. And close this. Okay, we've got the setup. Just about. We open OBS. And then chat. There we go, now I can see how the stream's doing. Okay. Boom, we're gonna rifle through these games real quick. We got a 2-1 win over for Maki Sali, huge 2-1 win over Noobstar, really put them back in their place. Ramtic came in, did not do much. We got Fleshcoin MVP, which is amazing. And then Go for the Throat, got a level as well, big pickups there. Meanwhile, inflicting some damage it seems, got an armor burst on the killer, kinda sad. And the Wrestle lineman probably gets sacked. But yeah, Goblin Kaz, sad times. MVP on a random liner. You hate to see it. Because especially when you got strength 5 and MVP away as well, pretty sad. But yeah, let's check out 70 blocks for the Warriors. And that did leverage them for a nice 2-1 grind. So well done there. Adult Devils securing the bye week. Any spicy levels? We did get a level on a lineman, but apart from that, we really want. It's a bit of a shame. We really wanted the SPP on these blitzers, but they wasn't to be. So that's a shame. But at least we got the MNG in, as I opened Discord back soon. So yeah, nice admin win there. God, I'm rusty at this. I'm closing all the wrong tabs, doing all the wrong things. Let's scroll up. We got Octo Chicken taking a predictable win over the Chaos team. But 4-1 though, running it by them and getting all of the levels, even spread. Catcher, actually 5 levels, that's leap. Strip levels, so maybe that's something cool. Lineman levels for an extra dodge, maybe a kick. MNG tree, which is kind of good over their opponents, but yeah, Chaos couldn't catch up. They did do a little bit of damage, just about. Mino chipping in with 1, not enough. Got 1 on the claw guy. And 1 on the chump, but clearly not enough. Only 35 hits. Socks Chicken will be happy with that one. Next up, Bordoso does take a 2-0 win over the Vamps. Real dagger this one for Supra. They really needed this pickup, at least the draws, to stay competitive. They're back to challenging for the last challenger spots now, for sure, for sure. No levels and no levels. Yeah, I just got punished. Oh, 60 hits for Never Die Twice. It's a lot of blocks to be giving up as an armor 17. But yeah, right there. I'm going quickly because I've got 2 weeks to cover. Alathetics, a nice win in the Elf Mirror. That'll really stick in the craw of the Avant-Garde. If they have more RG5 and piling on, they would have fancied themselves. But Alathea takes a 1-0. 58 hits into 9 breaks. And a shame. No Kaz on the killer, which could be a root cause of the problem there, if they just got removed. 2 Kaz there. No Kaz sustained for the Renegades. Yikes. And 2 Serfs elicited, so the Witch is doing work as well. Yeah, no levels, but a solid elf win. And to be fair, there's a lot of blodge here. I think the high elves got out-elfed, which is always a shame. Lord of the Ribs taking a nice 1-1. A very nice 1-1 indeed. It did cost him some halfling blood, but that's to be expected. Another draw for Hoglass. Only 22 blocks for them. I think it might have just, yeah, more deep root, Cheft, and not much to do. Not much to do against all that, apparently. But yeah, big 1-1 for the Flings. You'd like to see it. And finally, my game versus Blood Splatter was an admin draw after the client decided that we weren't going to play today on that day, which was a shame. I was looking forward to punching the Skaven. But sadly no. Just a rotter touchdown. Did get a nice MVP, but a real shame. But that took us into week 8, where I played against Noobster in a streamed game and took it down 1-0. Very sloppy game, I think, from both coaches. Hack came in and was a liability, to be honest. They went Hack and Bribes and couldn't find the best usage out of them, to be honest. I did get a level up on the strength zombie though, and they look at this injury scorecard. It came down to, yeah, me too, Noobster. I was as well. I was really excited to see Blood Splatter really hand me one there, but the game said no to both of us equally. But yeah, man, Noobster just turned up and injured a lot of my players in the second half, and it came down to a last minute punt that somehow worked. I had to roll a lot of dice, as usual. I had to roll a lot of dice. But yeah, even block count, I will say they did get a lot of armor breaks, and I did not. But it's one of those things, you know. You don't want to hide behind dice. It was a fair game. Both coaches made a fair few good plays, fair few mistakes. But I'm sure we both learned something from that one, Nibster, for real. Cool. Next up, Hoglass taking yet another 1-1. The 1-1 king, apparently, is Ratus Miserables. Made a play. I believe it was another big hand touchdown play. Yep. Big hand, pick up and throw. Once again, putting me in my place, quite rightly. But yeah, just only 2 CAS, which is a real shame. They took 44 hits, but only found 22 breaks. But 2 casualties out of 22 breaks, that is a disgusting stat there. 22 breaks into 7 removals. But vile, 2 send-offs. Sextus the Bone Collector, rip in peace. My favourite player, possibly in the entire division, possibly in the entire conference, is dead. And I don't know how to feel. And the fact that Blood Splatter did it as well just really rubs it in my teeth. But yeah, the rats did pay a blood price for him though. Look, dead line rat, dead guard. That one was like agi busted and double niggled, which is, yeah, kind of, yeah. You deserve to die. But hey, more Storm Vermin death. You hate to see it. Next up, we have Mr. Agorki beating Elves 2-1 with a tree touchdown. That is right. A tree touchdown. A Morg touchdown and a tree touchdown, you're right. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire up. This is my game that I'm going to dice or not. Because I want to see the tree move down the pitch. And how exactly the High Elves lost this one. Cool. So let's play it. Okay. Turn on. Yeah, doing setup. Cool. We're gonna watch this one. Hopefully some people trickle in while we're having a look at this one. Cheering fans kick off. Looks like the chef took 2 rerolls off the High Elves. That could start to explain it. And then fling offense. Oh, I have my mouse in the wrong place. Hopefully this rolls. Does it? Alright, so half things move. Block. Just a stun, and then man, the replay is not working. Okay, elves, looks like the elves swarm in. Halflings secure the ball, elves swarm in, sack the ball, get the ball. So how the hell did the Flings win this one 2-1? I have no idea. Well, we'll watch it happen. Looks like we're going to see, I guess, the elves score first. Why does it keep pausing? So sad, I wanted to watch this. So anyway, they got a tree on the ball. The elves then couldn't get away. No. Could they get away? Why is it not? It doesn't want to load games. Man, this is so buggy. Play? No. Oh, I'm so good. I want to see this tree touchdown, man. Okay, so the elves just score early. Right. So Fling's got the ball again, put it on Morg this time. I think it was a touchback maybe. And Morg charges down the pitch and scores the touchdown. because the elves can't get the ball off them. More TD, you love to see it. Okay, second half. Well, the elves got close with the 1 turn, sadly. Not close enough. So this is their setup on turn 9. Interesting. There aren't many elves left at this point. It's important to add 4 elves in the Cas box at half time. Ball is deep. Elves swarm in. We get a fling downfield actually. Yeah, fling downfield, thrown. And the ball retreats. The elves will hit the floor. I can see the tree slowly moving downfield. Elves are running away. Moore comes in for a big time hit. Brings it down. Gets the ball. He didn't hand off to the tree to win. No. Come on now. Oh, God. I'm trying to move my mouse so that we get right. What is it? Loner. Oh my God! All the skilled elves are dead. All the sackers are gone. So he goes for the tree handoff play, and it works. That is the ultimate flex. Oh my days! I think what happened is it's like I'm locked here on random turn. I can't believe it. You handed off, you madman. Handed off the level. You vanity handed off against a high off team as halflings to a tree. Jesus, that is an MVP award right there. Christ. Anyway, sadly the replay viewer didn't want to collaborate with that one, but tree touchdown, halfling win over high ups. That's a really big pickup. They were not expected to win that game. You know, they were expected to lose against elves, but they won 2-1. So that's a huge 3 points. Moving on, Portoso versus Alethea, taking a 2-1 grind. It doesn't want to load. The stream is working, so my internet is not the problem for once. Oh, is it here? No, there it is. Okay. 2-1 grind, lots of even punching, which is interesting. Yeah, never die twice, finding the break leverage. Even removals though, it might have just been an outplay situation, potentially. The runner came back for this game and did get a completion. We got alignment level up, so Alethea did take something from it. And yeah, it just looks like an out position sort of deal, potentially. An expulsion, maybe the fouling did work. But very well played. So it might have just been a textbook 2-1 grind for Portoso. And they needed that. Next up, we've got Octo Chicken taking another win. It's 3-0 this time. We're really racking up the touchdown differential against these poor Vamps who've really lost the motivation to get into challenges now. That's 2 losses to challengers contenders back to back. That's a real playoff denter if ever I've seen one. Dead leader, which is always useful for the opposition, that is. But yeah, 3 touchdowns, 3 completions, lots of SVP. Everyone's skilling up. We got a sidestep on the other guy there, which is pretty good. And again, yeah, leap on the Agile 5. Meanwhile, the Vamps did get some SVP this time though. Slowly ticking up. Loner Thrall MVP is really sad, and the Strength 4 Thrall is of course bitten to dust. So yeah, real shame there. Next up, we have a 1-1 draw between Betts and Nicholas. A bottom of the table clash here between 2 teams that really wanted to get some momentum, and they couldn't find it. Mighty Zug took the pitch, but didn't do much apparently, at least on the Kaz front. Mino turned up, so they got the Kaz. I'd like to see it. And it might have just been a classic game of Blood Bowl. Even blocks, even breaks, even scoreline. 2 coaches apparently at equal levels. So a fair game there. You'd like to see it. You'd like to have these sort of spots. And then Maki Sali losing to the Merry Losers. An admin mistake that I've made a big deal out of, and I kind of feel bad about at this point, but it's just so funny the fact that a team managed to lose in the bye week, which is quite entertaining really, isn't it? The Merry Losers now making a late charge up to mid-table, as you can see. So I think we'll now look at the table and look at some teams. Portoso is currently tied after the first game of this week was played this evening. I tried to cast it but ran out of bandwidth on about turn 6, but what had generally happened there was the Halflings got the ball and then the Wolves flanked and then the Wolves sacked the ball. They removed about 3 flings on turn 3. A really bad tree take root for the flings meant that they only had 3 big guys, and they were all based up on stand firm, which they could not knock down. And it was 1-0, looked like on the flings drive, 1-0 Necro. So yeah, that was a pretty comprehensive win for Portoso, and it takes him to first place for the first time in the season. I have been knocked off first place. I'll just take a drink. I do have a game in hand though, so we'll see how that goes. Also chicken back up into third with a 13 TD diff. Now that is a spooky one. So that's the playoff places. I did not see the full game news still. I was going to save it for the next recap. Really, it's not a game that I can talk about this week because it's next week's recaps game. I'll look more at it then. But it's good to hear if it could have gone to 1-1. That's interesting. Right. So we'll take a look at Portoso's team real quick. They did finally get that MVP for just a little bit of guard. Guard on this guy. And we're trimmed down, so this is looking pretty slim. Tackle and a mighty blow tackle, both Wolves just fishing for doubles at this point. The Ghoul is back to Blodge. I would have kind of wanted to see, I guess we need to rebuild the ball carrier Ghoul. There's no show hands on this team, and that's going to be the one area they want to fix before the post-season, assuming they make it there. But yeah, strong Necro team there. My team currently is looking okay. Got a big bad MNG on I Am the Scout here, which I'm going to feel going into the next game. He did a lot of work. A lot of jump up hits. But considering how badly we got beat up, we actually came out of that game quite unscathed. And yeah, so we're down to 12 players sadly, but we move. We can always kill a couple more. My team value is currently at 1780, but I am getting 1610 for the next game. It'll be interesting. But yeah, looking pretty solid still. Kind of want to see get this Kaz done so we can get an extra guard. You know, see an MVP here and a few more SVP across these 3 players, so I can get them to piling on and Juggernauts. So it's not quite the finished article yet. Yeah, the one stat burst I sustained did regen, thank goodness. Next up, this elf team, which is pretty grim to look at if you're not coaching it. Like, size jet strip ball, that's a nice utility pickup. Block tackle, yeah. I maybe we've already got one Dauntless, and I suspect the next skill might be DT there. Nice to get some extra DT on the team. Catcher's finished now, lodged at DT. About all you need. All you need now is maybe sure feet to complement the sprint, but apart from that piece is finished. New tree, chilling out. 1 game played, no SVP. Guard Lino, Wrestle Lino, chilling. Yeah, the Agi5 picks up Leap, so this is now a fully operational Ball Hawk, Ball Retrieval. You've got the perfect combo. Wrestle tackle hit, or a wizard hit, and then you go in and sweep in and pick up, hand off to the other catcher, and run away. And it's very difficult for a lot of teams to stop that. So Oxy Chicken reaping the rewards of a few seasons now. Second season team, not taking much damage, played it really well. 11-6-6, good record, good SPP. The hammer has not fallen on this elf team. Sooner or later they will all die, but not yet. A lot of the ribs up next. So yeah, as usual, no change. The dirty player has survived. I took multi-block. I don't know how I feel about multi-block. I guess it's good, but part of me wants just a 1 guard just in case they rock up with like an 8 guard dwarf team, want to have a chance. But I don't hate multi-block. I saw it getting used to good effect. Sadly it was only pushes, but yeah. I think we're going to look at cycling these guys next. If they don't find some blocks sooner, I think it's looking like a cycle. Because you really don't want those 1 in 9s. Or 1 in 27s. You know, you want to save all the rerolls for the half. Because they are terrible. Next up, Wolves need no armor. Dropping down now, we're looking back into the pack. A 3-team diff has emerged here. Oxy Chicken getting that crucial 2-point gap. And Noobster does need to win to keep up. We're quickly seeing a top 3 form here. If Noobster can't pick up a W, they will quickly fall back. And this is the team that they want to do it with. That's not their team, that's Portoso's team. That is Oxy Chicken's team. That is Mr. Agorki's team. Here we go. We do have a block wolf. We do have a block flesh golem. Interesting, some people go guard first, but block first. I don't hate either. I think it's about 50-50 cool. The other one is close, so we're getting there, slowly but surely. It's been a tough grind, but they are slowly, ever so slowly getting the levels they need. But otherwise the team still looks quite well rounded. Strength 4 zombie with block now. I don't know how new that is. Wolves still a bit SPP poor. We got the ghoul to carry, hopefully they've been handing off nicely. It looks like they've been stuck at about 30 SPP for a while now, so it looks like they are seeing some handoffs, which is good to see. A quick check of the overall record. It's a 7-1-16. Interesting. So 50-50 win rate for a 50-50 team, but if they can find some form going into the back half, they might be able to sneak into this third place. If the Harplings don't get there first, that is. So yeah, a good team there going forward. I just closed the league page. Oh, main GMAN. Oof. So yeah, 4H is where we are. Where were we? Rolling Renegades is where we were. And they have strength best on the Agi 5, which does suck. Rest of the team slowly ticking up though. More wrestle. Kick wrestle now as well, which is good. But yeah, we're just getting there. An extra wrestle. We now have 3 wrestle for the LOS, which is nice on defense. Just makes things that much harder. Obviously the kick stays back. We've got 2 wrestle. And it just means we can embrace the lifestyle of fighting and rocking up with interesting blocks that maybe a coach wasn't thinking about. So yeah, this is a nice well-rounded elf team here, 15-10. Feeling good about it, in my opinion. Next up, Undead, the draw machine, 2-5-1. You love to see it. Undead, just doing undead things, I suppose. But yeah, we've got the Agi 4 Ghoul now, which is nice. I think that's a new addition potentially. So that can be a replace the Sure Hands one. You can cycle that one potentially now. I don't know how they'll build it. It might be the DT sidestep. So you can just get into all the wrong places. Although I suspect the orthodox thing is you just take Sure Hands and cycle out the other one, and that might be the play. For sure. White's getting Mighty Blow is good. They're going to slowly tick up now. And this White is close as well. This team again is 2 SVP away from that guy getting Mighty Blow, and then this guy can tick up to piling on, or maybe some tackle. The tackle is really needed, I think. This might even be tackle first. Depends how much Hoglass is feeling the lack of it, but there's no tackle on the team, no strip ball on the team, so they're going to struggle on defense unless they can quickly get some more SVP. We're close to wrestle tackle. Like, we're so close. We're 1 game away from getting there, but it's going to be tough until they do. Next up, we've got the Vamps back on 10 points now, 2-4-2. Playoffs looks a long way away from these guys all of a sudden, but who knows, maybe they can turn it around. 5 weeks left to play. But yeah, Strength 4 is now back for this game. Niggled and moving busted. I wonder when they will call time on Strength 4 Rackle. It's got to be soon, right? Especially when you're up in spiraling expenses. But yes, despite the expenses, we're still keeping a decent bench. 13 players on the roster. Getting there. This vamp is almost at Blodge. And then we're back to the full Blodge core. But yeah, it is tense down at the barrier blood bar. Because if they take another pounding of a game and get removed wholesale, they might start to collapse a little bit there. It's a bit tense there, but also a couple of wins and they'll knock it back up the table. So clutch moments. Okay, flipping back to the midfield now, we've got the Chaos team, the Black Nightmares, and it looks like no change. I think picked up an extra Blodge. Potentially a little more block on the team now. Oh, here we go. Strip ball on the Prehensile Tail. I like that. That's a good pickup for sure. If you're going to go, you need a little bit of strip ball on the team, and you might as well take it on the Prehensile Tail guy, because when he's in and the ball's down, it makes it that much harder, presuming they stay up on the field, to get the ball away from them. So this is a nice pickup. And yeah, Warriors all looking solid, ticking along. Teams enthralled to this Minotaur, as usual. Scrolling down now, we've got Rathus Miserables, everyone's favourite Skaven team with a big hand and a big heart. 40k in the bank means no more Storm Vermin. We are down to 1190, which feels bad. Strength 4 gets kick. Or had kick. I can't believe I missed that. A lot of people take Strength 4 Wrestle, or start building him into an extra Storm Vermin, Strength 4 block. But most people do just go wrestle tackle as the orthodox play, but we go kick first with our strength 4. Feels like a waste of the strength to me, but I was the guy who said big hand was bad, so what do I know? But hey, this team just makes the big time plays all the time, and they're a fan favourite for sure. Hopefully they can pick things up. We've got the Outdoor Devils now. Another human team coming back off the ropes. Yeah, really feeling the missed SVP there. These guys still clock in on 0. The killer's close to another level, but they already are kind of finished. But what else would he take here? Maybe a double for jump up? That would be a lovely round off skill if you can find a double, pick up some jump up. That'd be really nice, especially because they're actually 2. It's kind of harder, but I think even then it's still value. Because I don't know what else he'd take in this spot. Maybe guard? Might have to be guard. Because there's only one left on the team at the moment, sadly. New Ogre's getting back into the swing of things. Movement up lino, doing movement up lino stuff, that's kind of cool. Movement up dauntless, nice combo. Just need to find maybe some tackle, that might be a really cool piece. Catcher's still doing catcher stuff. Yeah, one catcher, actually force thrower, still holding the fort. Strip balls a catcher now. It's getting there. The rebuild is happening. We need the blitzers back there, and they're not there yet. Getting right down now. These guys are just playing SPP almost at this point, playing for the good times. Elven Guard, 2 MG, an armor burst on the Agi5. Well, one of the Agi5. And yeah, it does kind of suck, but they move, I suppose. We've got a rookie catcher back in for 1 game, but no SPP. So yeah, the team's slowly rebuilding, back up at 1590 total. It does feel a long way. This guy kind of needs to get to sure feet or block, and they are a touchdown away. The killer really is the team. The killer and the Agi5 leap, so they're going to struggle next game. Without it, it'll be a wizard, Eldril, Sword City, or Papyro. He's had a really rough season of it. I don't know whether they're going to keep the team. I think the potential is there. You just need to get out the blocks a bit quicker. You can use this opportunity now that we've got 3 guys here on 5 of 6. 5 of 6, 5 of 6, 3 of 6. We can get a bit more dodge on the team, a bit more block on the team. And start to really get up to that high TV that high elves need to be. They need to just get the core skills, and the stat line does the rest for them. Cool. Orcs, so Glorious Warriors, who are currently rocking up at bottom here in 13th place, losing to the bye week. I'm sure that'll be fixed in due time, but until now, yeah, this team is, again, it looks kind of good. If you take the Goblin away, it looks pretty solid. Solid Orcs, but they do only have 4 guard, which might start to feel like not enough as they run into the Undead and the Nurgle. But yeah, a solid team, and hopefully next season the coach can pick it up and turn it around over time, potentially. It's only 2 seasons old, right? This is a really good 2 seasons old, so I'm sure they can pick things up next season. Get a bit more SVP this season, get maybe, I still say pick up the Trollites, obviously they aren't listening at this point, but they are inspiring. But yeah, just focus on this strength 5, get him block, hopefully get him block guard, and then you can really start winning games. That would be my advice there. That rounds off the table. I'll take a quick check of the stunty table real quick, because we do have a high flying stunty team. Who is now down to 3rd place after this week's game. Currently on 1.56. I won this table with a 1.7 points per game. Gord Gangsters play again this week, they'll probably lose. Skyblue Monty is fierce competition though, you're going to have your work cut out to beat him. He's a halfling legend, but good luck to you. Cool. Last thing before I get some food, I'm very hungry. I'm going to take a quick look. We're going to do some predictions. Have a look at next week's games. The halfling game's already been played, sadly. I was a little bit too slow on the draw for that one, but hopefully next week I'm a bit more on time. Again, a reminder that I'm doing this because nobody else can, so if I take time off, feel free to step in. Okay, Noobs takes the fearsome bye week. Who knows if they're going to make it out of that one with a win. Maki Sali playing up against Miklas. This is a real interesting match. Orcs versus Chaos. Orcs down team value, Chaos down strength and guard. I'm going to give this one to the Orc team. I think this is going to be a win for them. I think they're going to outplay and outfight the Chaos, who are a little bit guard-light. Hopefully Maki Sali backs that up. Bets v Supra. Now this is another really interesting fixture. Bet's really down on team value, but that means they're going to get wizards and more potentially, and all these extras. The Vamps still reeling. They need a win. It's a must-win game here for the Vamps. Are going to be playing all out. I think it probably is going to be a draw. I think humans are a really good natural counter to the vampires because of their natural pace, and also they're quite a good two-way team. So if the vamp team is built for strength, the humans can play for agi and vice versa. Hopefully the Thralls get killed and we get some SPP on those blitzers, as I said earlier. Cool, we've got Octo Chicken in an Elf Mirror against Alethea. Alethea will get a Wizard, so I'm going to go with Alethea for this one because it's Wizard in an Elf Mirror. Usually 9 times out of 10 the Wizard Elf team wins, so I will give that one to Alethea. Octo Chicken got a tough match there. They want to try and get out of it with a win. Never Dies Twice has already beaten Lord of the Ribs. Pyro TJ is playing Blood Splatter. Now this is another really fascinating fixture. Close team values. I think Pyro should take this one, but I've gone against Snack Weasel before and it's gone horribly wrong, so it's tough. I don't know, I think maybe Skaven might have this one. They have all the mutations they need. The problem is the High Elves have the full killer, and that is why. I think the full killer is just going to tear through the rats. The rats can't get Big Rat. I want to say the mascot of the team at this point, the Big Rat, is not around. Finally, I'm playing the Undead in a very fascinating game where I am down team value for the first time in what feels like forever against 4 guard. And I only have, of course, the 1, and only the 1 strength 5. I don't know how I'm supposed to win this one. I'm going to predict a 1-1 draw. I think we're both going to do our level best on offense. They do have a bigger bench than me by a long way, and they're going to be fouling, so I'm going to have to really work for a draw. I'll be surprised if we get a win. For sure, and that will throw open a title race that I'd had it on lock for the first part of the season, but Portoso just is playing really well. 6-2-1 here. Really putting the pressure on it, shaping up to be a nice title race. Obviously, Octo Chicken in the hunt as well. If they win, they'll be at 6-1-2. So yeah, it's quickly turning into a dogfight between these top 3 teams with the Halflings and the Necro. Noobs are looking in. So yeah, a tough assignment. Very tough assignment. Yeah, we're still streaming. Okay, good. I didn't accidentally end the stream. But yeah, that's the recap for this week. Short and sweet, and I'll be back hopefully this time next week for some more 4H recaps.